Welcome to another installation of I run around my beautiful rural tropical community of Costa Rica, spitting out facts, opinions, and thoughts in my mind this morning as we run through nature. Vamos. Did you know, in the scientific literature, there's only one diet proven time and time again to reverse and prevent heart disease, which is a low-fat, plant-based diet. Now, I'm not saying that there's not any other diet on the planet that can do it also. There might be. I'm just saying the only scientifically proven one with enough literature and research is a low-fat plant-based diet. And look it up. Go look at all the mainstream heart disease websites. They'll say to eat a low-fat, mainly plant-based diet. You'll only find weirdo fringe YouTuber pseudo doctors who tell you differently. Did you know that apples are native to Kazakhstan? Aw, mama cows with their babies. Hi guys. Hey pretties. Can you believe that some people pay other people to raise these animals in confinement and then murder them so that they can eat a food product that gives them disease? What the fuck? Do you know what the word speciesism means? Species or speciesism? Speciesism is this concept of prejudice where people want to give certain rights and privileges to one animal, but not to another species, not based on any logic at all, but just because of tradition. Like those cows, did you see when they looked at me or looked at the camera when I got up to them? Maybe you're in a city and you've never interacted with cows. I've had the privilege of living on tons of farms, some of which that have cows and animals, and you can get to know these animals in the exact same capacity, especially pigs too, but cows as well, even chickens, in the same way that you can have a relationship with a dog or cat. They know their name, they like certain things, they love you, they're afraid of other people, literally the exact same relationship. But in the United States and in many countries, we have laws protecting dogs and cats. You can't abuse them, you can't kill them, you can't eat them, but you're allowed to do it with other animals that have the exact same sense of pain and the same type of nervous system and even the same emotional and intellectual capacity. There's no logic to it, it's just tradition, and that's what speciesism is. See this amorpha? It's kind of like the state insect or state bird of Costa Rica. It's a blue or purple butterfly. Did you know that I'm colorblind? Me and my brothers were diagnosed as colorblind when we were kids, and I can see colors, but like blue and purple are pretty hard to differentiate. And when you take those colorblind tests on the internet where it's like, can you see the number within these dots? It shows I'm like a very specific, I think red, green or something like that, colorblind. What a weird concept, but I see colors. So weird to know like what I see versus what you guys or a normal non-colorblind person sees. Another amorpha coming in hot. Coming in hot. Hello, Mr. Amorpha. Oh. Did you know that every single dog breed that exists has wolf DNA in that, like, they all stemmed and originated from the wild wolf? Even Pomeranians and pugs and poodles, they all come from us domesticating wolves thousands of years ago. Here's another fun fact. The human species is 200,000 years old, and I think crocodiles are 200 million years old, their species. That's how good they evolved. They just basically haven't changed in 200 million years because they're just so solid at keeping themselves alive. In this segment, I'll profile some of the flowers around Costa Rica in my neighborhood. How beautiful. Did you know that every single fruit starts as a flower? If you know about plants and fruits, you'll be like, duh, Jackson, but some people don't know. Every fruit you eat on the tree makes a flower, and that flower turns into the fruit. Here's a little wild clover, we call it. It's like a mini sunflower. These are like little fireworks. nature is the truth. Nature is healing. Nature is health. Read The Pleasure Trap. If you're dealing with food issues, you're eating too much, addictive behavior to food, you got to start thinking about it like a drug addiction. And if you read this book about like the pleasure trap and the combination of salt, oil, and sugar, which are all refined food products, sure, that we refine from natural things in nature, but we refine them into these highly addictive substances. And then, and this is all scientifically proven, when you put high amounts of salt, oil, and sugar on a food, the food becomes so much more palatable, literally because we evolved the last 199,000 years without grocery stores, and for most of that time without even farms. So we evolved to be programmed that when we find in nature these very palatable, high-calorie foods, sugar and oil are the highest calorie per volume because they're refined calories with all the fiber and protein taken out of them, and water taken out of them. We evolved to be like, ooh, here's something that's high in calories. This means survival, because that's how we lived as humans for 199,000 years. And it's only we flipped the switch in the last few hundred years where now we have supermarkets and stores everywhere, but we're still in that animalistic brain. So don't feel bad if you are binge eating or addicted to food, or you're eating this bullshit food. It's literally, now that we're in the modern world, we have to fight against our evolution and know, hey, eating tons of salty, sugary, oily stuff is not good for our health. It's going to give us diabetes and obesity. It's going to make us depressed. So you have to fight against your nature, which sucks, but it's just the state of the world that we're in. If I had to reduce my message and why I come on here and make silly videos and try to get my voice out to inspire everybody, it can really be synthesized down into reprogram your mind. Reprogram everything that you do in life and that you thought you knew, because odds are your teachers and your parents and your grandparents and the TV, they might have given you some great tools to live your life that are based in truth, but odds are you've accumulated tons of bullshit. We all have people telling us that you have to go to college or your life's gonna be a failure and you have to make this amount of money, and don't go work on a farm, you need a good job in an office, and this food is good for you, you got to get your dairy to give you strong bones, and the only type of relationship you can have is a married one, and be faithful to only one person sexually, and the establishment politics is the way to go, don't listen to the radicals, and blah 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 blah. You probably accumulated such bullshit in your life. We all have. That's just life. So I really recommend that you reprogram everything. Try to forget on a deep level everything that you think is true and relearn that truth based on you going out in the world and actually experiencing things, rather than just listening to what other people programmed you with. And guess what? Maybe some of the messages that your parents and your grandparents and teachers and all that programmed you with, maybe it turns out that that's the truth, and then you can keep that truth. But odds are you're going to find tons of them once you release the programming that totally do not serve you, and then you will have the opportunity to reprogram your mind with things that are more truthful to you. I recommend that so highly. So even the things you so think are true, but you've never given yourself the opportunity to rethink them. And guess what? If it's your truth, you can come right back to it. But odds are you're gonna find a lot of new stuff. Like, I literally grew up thinking that if I didn't just like graduate the highest in my college and get the best job and make millions and millions of dollars and like stay living in the city in LA, that like my life would be like a failure. And then I said to myself, no, go live on a bicycle, go sleep outside, go to Nicaragua and find local people and live in their house, which is what I did. You can go on my YouTube channel, see all the travels I've done. And I got into yoga when I grew up, thinking spirituality was, or just all that stuff was just fake or stupid. And I relearned so much stuff, and I'm so grateful because I love my life. And a lot of the things before were true too. A lot of the things my parents instilled in me are true, but a lot were not true. And I'm so glad I relearned it. So that's my recommendation to everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video. Pura vida. Much love, Dream Extreme. Go move your body. That's the truth. Get the chemicals in your brain, the endorphins flowing, so that you're happy, so that you don't care about the bullshit and you just breathe and enjoy life.